Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it so very much. Today, I am ranking all 12 of my Colourpop Monochromatic palettes. I don't have the Blowing Smoke palette, which is technically one of the monochromatics, but it's not a palette that I would ever wear because I don't do smoky eyes and I don't do blacks and grays. So I don't own that one. Keep that in mind as I'm ranking these. Also, please keep in mind that I'm judging it based on my personal preferences, my personal skin tone, and there's a few things that you might like change depending on if you have a deeper complexion than I do, which most people do. You might like a palette that I rank lower better than one I rank higher. So keep that in mind because I am, basing it on that. So I do have the green palettes, Just My Luck and Meant to Be. I have the peach and orange palettes, Orange You Glad and Baby Got Peach. I got the pinks and reds. I have Main Squeeze, Strawberry Shake, and Ooh La La. I have the purple ones, It's My Pleasure and Lilac You a Lot. And then there's the random ones that don't really fit into a color scheme. Going Coconuts, Honey, Blue Moon. So if you're interested in seeing how I rank all of these and what they look like swatched, just keep watching. All right, we're gonna start with my least favorite of all of the palettes. That is the Blue Moon palette. And it's not so much that I just don't like it, it's just the color story doesn't work as well for my skin tone. And I just had a hard time coming up with looks with it. So that's what they look like, and I'll swatch them really fast. So there are some really light blues like this one right there, and this icy one is very pretty, but I don't wear a lot of blue eyeshadow, and I certainly don't do like a monochromatic. I usually warm it up with a pink somewhere in there, so it just wasn't quite my style, which is too bad because it is a pretty palette. So that one comes in 12th place. In 11th place is the It's My Pleasure palette, which might be surprising because I do like a lot of pinks and purples. But this one I just felt was a little dark. It didn't work quite as well on my eyes as I was hoping it would. So let me swatch it really fast and then I'll show you. All right, so there it is. Some of the colors just are a little more muddy than I would have liked. They're pretty, but they just are more plummy than an actual purple, I guess. This is kind of an odd shadow as well. And then this is one of those glitter mattes that have the glitter in them. It's fine. I mean, it's pretty. It's just that there was others that I liked better than it, so that's why it came in so low. In 10th place is the Orange You Glad palette. This one, it is really fun. It's a little bit bright for me, so it's not something that I would reach for a whole lot, but I did like the color scheme on it. Let me swatch it for you and then we'll be right back. All right, and that's what they all look like swatched. It does have the chunky glitter there in the middle, which is not a shade that I will ever wear. I really don't like them. I actually feel like taking them out and just tossing them because they get everywhere and they're just so annoying. But I really do like the color scheme in here. This one is almost like a Cheetos color, which just kind of cracks me up. But I like this shade over here, that there's a couple that kind of temper it as well. So I do like this one, but like I said, there's some of them that I just like a little bit more than others. So I had a hard time, it took some time to actually rank them. All right, in 9th place, I had to think. Yes, 9th place. This is the Just My Luck palette, and it is the darker green palette. All right, so here is the next one. And I do like the colors in here. I think this would be a good accent palette. It's not something that I would really use as a monochromatic palette just because it has a lot more smokier shades, and I don't really do smoky eyes. I don't blow things out. They look beautiful, but that's just not really me. So that's why this one ended up on the lower end of the spectrum. All right, in 8th place is the Main Squeeze. It is like the watermelon palette. It is very beautiful, and I'll swatch it for you. All right, as I was swatching these, I was like, oh, they're so buttery, they're so pretty. I really do like this palette. It's just a little hard for me to do a whole monochromatic. It's kind of a lot, it's an intense look. So that's why it's not a little higher on the list, but I do really still like this palette. I think it is really pretty. And I do like it. One thing I will point out about all of these is they are a pressed powder palette, so they're not all eyeshadows, and each one of them has ones that with asterisks that say not intended for immediate eye area. So keep that in mind. In 7th place is the Mint to Be palette, and this is the very minty palette. And I did this one a little higher than the green one, the Just My Luck, because it's just a little bit more wearable for me. I think part of my ranking depends on your skin tone and how comfortable you are with bold eye looks. All right, and there they all are. As you can see, a couple of those look very similar in nature, but they do have these beautiful shimmer shades. I love the shimmers in here. That's the thing I was most impressed about, was how beautiful all of the shimmers were. And even if some of them are a little similar, there is enough of a difference that I feel like I would have different types of looks with this one. All right, moving on in 6th place, so we're halfway there. This is Strawberry Shake. This one, mine has little red on it and it irritates me, but I can't get it off. And that's what it looks like. So it does have like some bright pops, but also is tempered with some more pinks that are a little bit more wearable for me. All right, here we go. That is what they look like. I like this one because there are more transition shades. Like I feel like I have some lights, I have some darks, I have some beautiful shimmers. I really felt like I could make a really nice coherent look that didn't look outlandish or over the top for me. So I really like this one. I think there's some really pretty shades in here. And yeah, that's why it's in my top 6. Then moving up one more to spot 5 is the Ooh La La palette. This is the first of the Colourpop Monochromatic palettes that they did, the first one that I got. I had to get this one because they released it on Wednesday. They might have actually released it in October. So it has a Mean Girls vibe to it. You know, on Wednesdays we wear pink. So that is what it looks like. I'm going to swatch it and you'll see why I like it. Really fast, I just wanted to show you that I have a little staining from that last palette on my hand. So that's why those are not eye safe. All right, so here they are. Now, Trove doesn't want to like show up at all. It's this shade right here. It's really kind of pathetic on my hand. I don't know, I can't remember what it was like when I used to brush, but I was a little disappointed as I was swatching it, not gonna lie. But yes, this is the Ooh La La palette. I like that there's pinks. I like that there's some non-pinks in there. Like those shimmers help it kind of pop. So while I like monochromatic palettes, they're a little hard sometimes to work with because they're so monochromatic. All right, last one before we hit the top 3. That is the Honey palette. I was surprised at how high I placed this one. This one wants to pop out, so I'm gonna put my finger close so that I don't lose it. So I will swatch it really fast for you. All right, and that's what they look like. This to me is a great fall palette because the golds in here are so beautiful. They're not just like a bright yellow like this one down here. There's a lot of depth and different shades of yellow in here. I don't like that there is a chunky glitter in the middle. That, once again, it really irritates me, but I do like the looks, and I felt like this was one that I could wear to work, and it wouldn't be distracting to students. Like, they would still be able to pay attention in class. All right, number 3 is the Lilac You A Lot palette. This is just really pretty, lots of light purples. I'll swatch it for you. All right, I kind of remembered why I like this one. I love shimmers, and there are some beautiful shimmers in this one. And it's just really nice because there are a couple deeper shades, but they really work well together, and I don't feel like it's an overwhelming shade range, kind of like some of the other monochromatics have been. But yes, I really like that one. That is why it is in 3rd place. In 2nd place is the Baby Got Peach palette. I love peaches, and this was like a light, warm warm lover's dream. It's just so pretty. Let me swatch it for you. All right, and that's what they all look like swatched. Now, part of the reason I ranked this one so high is because of how versatile it is. I feel like this is a palette that I could wear to work every single day. I could wear it out and about. It's a good neutral staple palette. It's not something that's more special occasion, which I feel like a lot of the other ones are. Like, I wouldn't wear a blue eye look to work unless, I mean, like maybe with my retail jobs, but not for teaching at a university would I ever wear that. Which kind of segues into my number one palette from it. It is Going Coconuts. I was surprised. I was like, but it's so boring. It's not exciting like the other ones. But then I put it on and I was like, it's so beautiful. It looks so lovely on. It's the neutral palette, which is not me. Like, I love bright colors and all of that, but this one I really liked. It was really drawn to. So let me swatch it for you. All right, so that is what they all look swatched. It's just such a good mix of dark browns, light browns, slightly warmer, slightly cooler. Just a lot of variety in there. Some beautiful shimmers as well. I really like the shimmers are all in the middle. There's no chunky glitter like the Baby's Got Peach. That one, that's the one thing I don't like about that one is that chunky glitter. But yes, Going Coconuts is my number one, which I was surprised at. That was not what I was expecting in the slightest. Anyway, let me know, have you tried any of these palettes? What are your thoughts on them? Which ones do you like? Which ones do you not like as well? Let me know all of that down below. I really appreciate you watching. I hope that this was helpful in some way to see them and kind of see how I rank them and how I find them in my personal life. I hope you are all having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to talk to you next time. Bye.